Hello viewers, today, our topic of discussion is Land Revenue System of Pakistan. So let's start from it. Introduction. The Land Revenue Act is a vital piece of legislation in Pakistan that governs the administration and management of land, including the collection of revenue, maintenance of land records, and resolution of disputes related to land ownership. The Act is a provincial legislation, with each province in Pakistan having its own version. B. History and background. The historical evolution of the land revenue system in Pakistan goes as far back as the early Muslim rule in the subcontinent, in the 13th and 14th centuries. Sultan Ala-ud-Din Khilji, 1255-1316, was the first Indian ruler to introduce a system of land administration. Mughal Emperor Akbar's Minister for Revenue Affairs, Todar Mail, 1659, is credited for laying down the basic foundations of the land revenue and land administration system, now prevalent in India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh. The British improved and formalized the system of land administration. They introduced legislations pertaining to the rights and responsibilities of owners of land, the relationship between landowners and their tenants, the rights and responsibilities of various categories of tenants, a system of adjudication of disputes in matters pertaining to land, and also set out, in detail, the powers and duties of various categories of revenue officers. During the British period, a number of land-related legislations were enacted, most of which are still in force, e.g. the Transfer of Property Act of 1882, the Punjab Tenancy Act 1887, and the Punjab Land Revenue Act of 1967, that is based on the Land Revenue Act of 1887, that is practically followed all over Pakistan, with minor amendments to reflect local customs and traditions. They also appointed revenue officials from Patwari, local headman, to the district land collector, who had administrative as well as judicial powers. Revenue officers and their appointment. Board of Revenue (BOR) is at the apex of the land revenue system. It is a statutory body. The Board of Revenue may, with the previous approval of government, make rules to regulate the appointment, duties, punishment, suspension, and removal of officers. It is the highest revenue court in the province, and hears appeals and revisions against the judgments and orders of commissioners and executive district officers, revenue. Following are classes of revenue officers. 1. Board of Revenue. 2. Commissioner, appointed in each division. 3. Collector/DC, appointed in each district. 4. Assistant Collector Grade 1, appointed in each subdivision. 5. Assistant Collector Grade 2, appointed in each subdivision. 6. Tehsildar, appointed in each tehsil. 7. Gurday Awar. 8. Patwari. D. Power and function of revenue officers. A revenue officer, RO, holds a vital position within the tax administration framework, tasked with ensuring compliance with tax laws and the effective collection of taxes. Their responsibilities and powers are comprehensive, reflecting the critical role they play in public finance management. This detailed exposition outlines the various powers and functions of a revenue officer, elaborating on their significance and operational scope. 1. Assessment of taxes. 2. Revenue officers possess the authority to assess taxes owed by individuals and 3. Businesses. This involves 4. Examination of financial records. 5. Scrutinizing accounting books, income statements, and other financial documents. 2. 6. Determine taxable income. 7. Determination of tax liability. 8. Calculating the correct amount of taxes due based on the assessed income and applicable. 9. Tax laws. 10. Issuing assessments. 11. Formally documenting and issuing assessments to inform taxpayers of their tax. 12. Liabilities. 13. 2. Collection of taxes. 14. Revenue officers are empowered to collect taxes from delinquent taxpayers. This 15 includes 16. Issuing payment notices. 17. Sending formal notices demanding payment of outstanding taxes. 18. Setting deadlines. 19. Establishing timelines for tax payments to ensure prompt compliance. 20. Enforcing collection. 21. Taking actions such as garnishing wages, placing liens on property, or levying bank. 22. Accounts to collect due taxes. 23. 3. Investigation and enforcement. 24. Investigative powers are critical for ensuring tax compliance and identifying fraud. 25. Revenue officers can. 26. Conduct audits. 27. Systematically review financial statements and records to verify the accuracy of tax. 28. Filings. Revenue officers possess the authority to assess taxes owed by individuals and businesses. This involves examination of financial records, scrutinizing accounting books, income statements, and other financial documents to determine taxable income, determination of tax liability, calculating the correct amount of taxes due based on the assessed income and applicable tax laws, issuing assessments, formally documenting and issuing assessments to inform taxpayers of their tax liabilities. 2. Collection of taxes. Revenue officers are empowered to collect taxes from delinquent taxpayers. This includes issuing payment notices, sending formal notices demanding payment of outstanding taxes, setting deadlines, establishing timelines for tax payments to ensure prompt compliance, enforcing collection, taking actions such as garnishing wages, placing liens on property, or levying bank accounts to collect due taxes. 3. Investigation and enforcement. Investigative powers are critical for ensuring tax compliance and identifying fraud. Revenue officers can conduct audits, systematically review financial statements and records to verify